Yo ho, good day, and welcome back to Tanimura for episode 4 of our Cities Skylines inspirational build. So, we are starting today at the beach, watching sunrise. Well, the beach is still called Sunset Beach, so watching sunrise from it might feel kinda counterintuitive, but there's no other name for the beach yet, and I wanted to start on a sunrise. Last episode we dove a bit into creating a beach site and started out an industry area, but we ran into some money problems. So for this episode I think I have that sorted out. We have a bit more money to start with, and I repaid our 60,000 loan so we can take it if we need it. So for today I'm planning to make a bit more of this beach after it levels up, and I'm planning to improve our industry area until level 2 as well, and I'm going to place in a few more houses and start a beachfront commercial area. And for that I think we need to redivide the districts a little, because, well, I do think I want Green Cities commercial here, and this commercial is also in the crossing district. This would change if I started to retype district, so I'm going to give this a separate district. Let's erase this area from crossing, and let's start by renaming it the crossing plant, because, well, we have a road after it, it might as well have its own name. So now that we have that sorted out, we are going to add the Green Cities commercial specialization to the area. And we are going to be quite particular about what assets spawn in along this road. But first, our residential demand is highest, so let's build our last few houses over here. It's gonna be only 4 of them, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna at least give us some more residents. Who knows, maybe today I will also expand the residential grid a little, but I'm not quite sure about it yet, so yeah, let's postpone any decisions on that matter for now. Oh, it's even only going to be 3 houses. But that's fine, that's fine. One, 2, 3. And let's get some more people moving into Tanimura. Then let's also get a quick start on this commercial area. So I'm starting it out near the high school. It's closest to the other commercial as well. I think it's a nice place to start with. So I'm going to leave space for a path between this house and this commercial building, but I do want one here, and I also think I want to make this a small strip. Let's see what spawns in. So I think I'm going to lay off on the industry for a bit because our demand is decreasing, and I think I'll add a few roads for our residential, for more residents to move in, because that's what we seem to need most right now, and yeah, I prefer to just give our citizens what they want. And our citizens also probably want some more trees, so at least put one here extra, just for the looks of it. And yes, this seems like a nice asset along the beach. Not too large, just a small shop. The other one as well, nice and small. So for our next roads, I think I want to make a bigger road around here with an extra primary school for our children to learn, because we will need it eventually, and well, halfway the neighborhood seems like a nice place for an extra one. So I'm going to use a 4-lane road, and I'm going to leave this much space between the other road and this one, and I'll draw it up a bit more to here, and then I'll use my terraforming tool. So I'm gonna use the level terrain tool, up the brush size a little, and I'm going to make this a flat bit of terrain for our primary school to sit on, because I don't really like wonky terrain, and yeah, it will eventually look that much more beautiful this way. So I see there's sand up here, and since my mod of extra landscaping tools allows me to remove it, I will just delete it from here. This area is not a beach, so why would it have sand? Then I'm going to take a 2-lane road, and I'm going to draw it out by 6, and to the other side as well. And then down by 7, and then connect it back up. So this is going to be the area the school sits in, and then I'm going to connect up the roads. I think I'm going to use the curved road tool for this one, and curve this one through to here. And well, which one should I connect up from here? Or maybe it's fine like this. Let's see, 3 connections, not that many houses, all directions. Yeah, sure, let's not connect any other roads. And have some residents move into this area as well. So this bit will also need some water. All under the roads. And let's let it loop back to there as well. So we don't have money for our school yet, but that's not really a problem. I can also start by adding some houses to this area. So I will still be using the same ones, because I think it will just, this slight bit of uniformity will eventually be good for the area. And for this, so I couldn't add 2 of 4x3s in there, but if I use this path and turn off my tools, take a curve road tool or freeform path tool, and pull a path through here. it seems I have to do this for a second too. And now we have the zoning tiles to put in 2 more of the low density residential buildings. Just to get some more people moving into town, because we need more inhabitants if we are ever to reach our next milestone, right? Which currently sits at 2200, and that's quite a bit away. About 700 people still have to move in. So we are obviously not going to get there today. Maybe next episode. So I'm seeing the street name changes here. I don't want that. I had street names, and Paris Street, well, it curves around here and then loops back around. I'm going to wait on changing the name of this 4-lane for a bit, because I'm eventually going to change the road type as well. And I'm going to keep the traffic light here because this road will also extend that way. And this will be one of the busier junctions. So you would get a traffic light over here. And I see this is called Jeremy Boulevard, which it was supposed to be CP Drive. So we're going to extend CP Drive to here. And that's sorted out as well. So I have not named the forestry roads yet, but I think I'm going to do that if there's a bit more to work with. And I see my industrial demand is still decreasing, so that's not gonna be it for now. Let's see if I like this one. A car park, which doesn't really look that natural in this look. Well, I guess at the corner near the commercial area, near the beach. Yeah, it warrants a parking lot. It's okay. I can live with it. So let's add in some more, because yeah, these few shops, they are not enough to make a beachfront. And let's also put another path through the back of it. To give a nice walkable feel to the town. I see I forgot to turn off the day-night cycle, so I'll do that right now. So I at least have some light to work with. Otherwise you'd get a really dark bit of episode, and it would be hard for me to build anything in the darkness. So adding another fire to the park would be nice as well, because I wanted to do that last episode, but I did not have the money for it. So I'm going to put this on the other side. People are spreading out, starting fires along the beach, and having a blast. At least that's how I imagine it. You always need some kind of reason to justify what you're building, right? And I think this does just that. So, oh yes, I love this one. And I do not have to make it historical, because local and organic produce specialization buildings do not level up. They stay what they are. And yeah, so this gives it a quite nice vibe, I think. This needs some trees though. Yeah, it does. And since in this bit we are using small trees along the sandy paths, I will keep on doing the same. Some over here, some over here, some more. Oh, it won't let me put them there. Well, doesn't matter. I'll just start there. And some over here. And then I'm thinking a nice larger tree to put over here. Let's decrease the brush size again to single. We only want one tree here. Yeah, that looks a lot better already. So one more of these over here. It will let me, there is a sweet spot, yep. And maybe a larger one over here and over here to just provide some shade for the parked cars. Yep, that looks a lot better already. I see I forgot to tree up this edge, so let's do that as well. And I see instead of bleeding money, we are actually making a solid profit by now, which is really nice. I think I can even pay off this one. Yes, I can. Nice, we actually got out of debt this episode, guys. A debt-free small town. No interest to pay. It is getting somewhere. It is getting somewhere. So let's give them an extra school to celebrate. Oh, of course, I just made sure we don't have enough money for that. So let's get into debt again. Yep, we are back in debt and we are building a school for that money. Right here on Paris Street. Oh, is that a traffic light? It doesn't need one. Let's be gone with you. Shoot, bad traffic light. And by now I think we also need a medical clinic because, well, not being able to go to the doctor would be, yeah, it would be bad, right? So I'm thinking, yep, it will be on this corner, a small private clinic. Just a place to visit the doctor if you are in need of medical attention. And it doesn't really take away from the neighborhood vibe yet, so it's nice. I also want to do this path with some trees because it will make the neighborhood just come to life. Pretty easily with a few nice looking trees. And maybe a line of brushes along this bit of street as well. Let's see how it looks. Oh yes. And what this also seems to need then is some props. I'm thinking a park bench. Oh, I will need to see it for me to place it. Drag it around a bit. And let's place it right over here next to the path. With a nice view of the river. Yeah, I can get behind that. So if you're lunching there, you will need a bin to throw your litter in. And if you're sitting there in the evening, a light would be nice too, so let's add that as well. Little things like this just make a city come to life that much more, don't you think? Our citizens won't really use them, props do not get used by people, but it's nice anyway, I think at least. I think I'm going to do a bit of decorating on this school in a short time lapse, and I will get back to you guys after. So for my next trick, I'm going to keep the game paused for a little, and I'm going to terraform an area for our next neighborhood to sit on, since our residential demand is quite high right now. So I'm going to choose the height of this crossing, and I'm gonna draw out a flat area for the neighborhood to sit on, so it becomes a nice and equal neighborhood. We won't get as many weird slopes between the houses, and it will eventually just look quite a bit more beautiful, just the way I want it, and I hope just the way you want it as well. So to connect this school to this plateau, we are going to need a nice slope, and I think I'm going to draw it up to here from this corner, so the road will not have to make such a steep hill to climb. Then I'm gonna draw out a nice straight road at the top of this hill, using all of these again, because I want to see where I'm going. So I'm gonna draw it out till here, and then up. Oh, this is not straight. I got to delete this. I don't like it. It needs to be straight. So these, and up straight until here. Let's turn off the road guidelines. They make my work harder for now. So up until here. Up until here. And let's make it like I'm gonna make it into a nice square, but I'm not. I am not. This is going in by 10. This one as well. Then they are going up by 6, both of them. Oh, 6, I said 6. Yes. And then that in the middle, we are going to have our outgoing road until CP Drive, which does not need a traffic light. What it does need is priority signs. So they will be added. And I think over here too. thinking just stop signs on the incoming roads, just to slow down traffic near the school. And so this neighborhood, we have already drawn out this much, we might as well finish it. And of course not have enough money. Let's run the game. Wait, we have enough money. Why is it bothering me? Why are you bothering me? Okay, connect. Yes, it's in. And it needs a road from the school, of course. I'm going to use the road guidelines for this one, just to draw it in straight. And the slope that we made makes this hill look like a nice drivable slope, instead of going flat until here and then going up a steep hill into the neighborhood. I keep calling it a different neighborhood, but I'm just going to make it part of this one. It's part of Crossing, it's just been added a little later. And I'm going to fill this up with houses off camera for a bit. And magically make it look like this. So I decided to use some richer housing for this area and forget to supply them with water for some reason. So let's sort that out first. Otherwise we would have those houses abandoned in no time, and that would be a waste of the trouble I just went through. So some nice cool water for these citizens. And I won't zone there, so the water can go through. We will be able to do maintenance here, so there's no problem. I decided to choose some richer housing because this is a slightly newer part of town and it has such a great river view, so I think this is where the richer people would live. You know, they even took the time to make a plateau for them instead of just having them live down a slope. And yeah, it looks kinda nice this way, right? I put my first cycling path through here as well. And yeah, I think it looks swell. I hope people like living here. I think I would. Nah, I wouldn't. There's nothing to do here yet. Let's provide them with, well, maybe 1 or 2 more shops for this episode, and then I think I'll call it a day. So 1 over here, and yeah, I think I'll make this a 3x3, but to do that, first we have to let this one spawn in. Thank you. And a 3x3 here. And let's see what we get near our beautiful, beautiful beach. At least our population numbers are increasing again instead of decreasing. I guess they were decreasing because children were moving out while living with their parents and they had no place to live in this town, so they just left. Yep. And I like this asset. I don't know, is this one too big or does it have the beach vibe? Well, yeah, it's nice enough, I guess. Yeah, it's cool. So then I'm going to find us a nice car. Oh wait, no, there was one more thing I really wanted to do this episode. I almost forgot. I wanted to put a few canoes on the beach with some rocks, like they were tied to the rocks, just to have the beach seem a little more used. Even though the people still won't use the assets, they are still nice to look at for us. So there should be, yeah, there's 2 types of canoes here. And I think I will place one here. Oh, misclick. That one should be deleted. Delete. And there. And then one over here. And one over here. Yeah, let's just hope this one doesn't wash away, right? It won't. It's tied down to one of those rocks. It will just stay there. Yeah, that gives the beach somewhat more of a vibe. Maybe this bit would do with a nice tree. I don't think I want a palm here. So what should we use? I think a nice oak. We haven't used that in the city yet, so let's place one right here. Some shade to sit in while sitting near your canoe. Yeah. Oh, and maybe let's add a few of these tripods. One of these. Maybe an outhouse. Over here. Like this is the den of the canoeing club. Well, now there's at least some more to do in this cozy little town. We still have a rancid container yard. Maybe I'll fix that next episode. We will see. So let's find a car and say goodbye, shall we? What a wonderful episode this was again. We got a few more residences in, a bit more decoration, and not much of anything else actually. But I love it nonetheless. I hope you did too, and I want to really thank you all for watching. I hope you're enjoying this adventure through building a city just as much as I am. How I love the sight of how our city has grown. Look at those lines of trees. Yeah, it's getting there. Next episode we will probably have crossing across the road. So there will also be some houses and trees on the right side next time we drive through. And maybe we will get a little bit of industry reworked, but we will see how our budget turns out. I think I'll let it run in between a bit so we have at least a bit of funds to work with, and we can build something nice for our people on the other side of the road. Well, thank you all for watching, and see you next time on Tanimura.